Okay, so today we're doing a Kasina, and just a bit of explanation of this plant. This is a poinsettia. Apparently, it is found native to Mexico and South America, and in the late 19th century, somebody by the name of Poinsett from America brought it to America, and now it's a very commercially important horticultural product, especially during Christmas time because of the red and green. And yeah, all this from Wikipedia, about 250 million every year sales. Okay, so so you can see the leaves is this red color. So I'd like you to use your use your eyes to take a picture of this plant, not your phone. Okay, so we will use this as the subject. So the object of today's meditation is red color, and we can make use of the red color on this plant. Okay. My past experience in teaching Kasina is that it is actually not easy to teach. It's not easy for everybody to stay mindful on something so uh, so vague as color. So what I'm going to do today is we will just do some preliminary exercise to calm ourselves down, and then we'll be mindful on the breath. Once you're relatively still and mindful on the breath, we will transit to visualize the red color. Okay, and then we'll practice red kasina. And as I often have explained and emphasized, to be able to let the mind be still, joy and happiness is very important. So we make use of things that make us happy to help us meditate. That's why I chose a plant today. The last time I did on yellow, we used durians because it aroused joy. And today I felt maybe it's more appropriate to use a plant. Then we don't have to go out to a place without aircon. And so I was looking for a flower, but most of the flowers were not inspiring. So I saw this one, I felt it was inspiring of joy. So that's why I brought it here. So it's all by design, choosing the object, the plant, and so on, because joy and happiness is important. Another thing that's important for mindfulness practice is a mind that is curious like a child, very humble, egoless, and full of interest to learn new things. So that is useful. Another useful mind state for us to meditate is a mind of reverence. Reverence in the sense that we appreciate everything with a sense of like reverence, like respect, like that. Okay, so we will make use of this mind state to help us meditate. Okay, so so to help us stay mindful, it is good to sit upright without leaning against the back of the chair. And for the feet, you can place flat on the floor. You can, of course, sit cross-legged if you want. And if you have a back problem, of course, it is also all right if you were to lean your back. Okay, and then we close our eyes. So it's a mental transformation practice. So it is good for us to commit our time to this practice. So in our mind, let us let go of everything we were thinking of just now. Just put them aside. All the planning and the thoughts, maybe worries related to the future, let's drop them and put them aside, let go. And and all the thoughts related to the past when we were ruminating and considering, perhaps even with some guilt, let us just also put them aside and nothing to them. Just devote the time and this period of our lives to the practice of the Buddha's teachings, keeping the mind mindful. So bring the mind to the present, both in the sense of the here and now, as well as being fully present, as in completely owning the mind and the moment. So feel the body calming down, calming both as in CALM as well as COME, calming down and calming down, allowing all the energy to subside so that the body and the mind relax here and now. So sometimes our body get tensed up without ourselves knowing or being aware. So let us consciously and systematically relax our body, starting from the top of our heads. Feel the raw sensation of the skin below our hair at the top of our head and the scalp, the muscles like the temporalis, frontalis. Let the muscles release the tension as if they are melting and flowing in front to our forehead and at the sides, at the temples and at the back, the occiput. Feeling the muscles flowing and losing their tone as if they're melting down to our face, around our eyes, releasing all the tension as if we couldn't care for how we appear. Allowing the muscles to flow down the face. Let the jaw relax around the mouth and our necks as the muscles flow down the neck to the shoulders, like the melting of the snow at the top of the mountain in summertime, allowing the muscles to flow like water down to our arms, such that our skeleton adjusts themselves to their most natural posture, uncontrived, completely natural, at ease. Down both our arms to the elbows, allowing the arms to gravitate by their own weights to the sides of the body. As the muscles flow down the forearms to the wrists, the hands, and all the way to the fingertips, as if they are dripping off the bones. Feel the muscles on our chest relax, liberating the rib cage and the lungs within, for they breathe by their own flex. And the muscles just watch and observe, and allowing the muscles to flow down to our abdomen, our thorax, and our back, allowing all the organs, the intestine, the liver, the spleen, the kidneys, to just rest like cushions and pillows in the cabinets, stacked one on top of the other, in the dark, peacefully, allowing the weight of the whole body to anchor at the base of our abdomen, relaxing. And the muscles around the pelvis, soft and supple, flowing, melting. Both thighs and the knee as they ungrip and loosen over the bones, flowing down the calves, the ankles, the feet, all the way melting, flowing to the floor, feeling the whole body calm and soft, but upright, peaceful. Similarly for the mind and our hearts in the center of our chest, like a pool of water in the depth of the forest. When the winds and the breezes have stopped, the water settled like a mirror, not a wave or a ripple. The mind reflective, sincerely, curiously, with awe and reverence of everything that appears to it. The passing cloud, the rising sun, the setting sun, the birds that fly by. For the meditator's mind is like a still forest pool, observing without judging, without controlling, without participating, only observing and learning. Such gently, let's bring the mind to our breath. The breath in front of our nostrils, above the upper lip. Let the mind be full of reverence and gratitude for the in and out breath, like an old friend who has been with us the day we were born and who will continue journeying throughout our lives until the very last moment. Such is the breath. Let the mind be with the breath like a shadow that never leaves, moment to moment, throughout the in-breath and the out-breath, always there, never disturbing, controlling, judging, or participating, just knowing and learning in-breath, out-breath, relatively long breath, and relatively shorter breath. Stay with the breath throughout its course, from the beginning to the middle and the end of the in-breath, and same for the out-breath. Moment to moment, awareness of the breath, never departing, journey, surrender, respecting, accepting. When the mind feels tense, relax it, let go. Stay with the breath like a little boy or little girl. When the mind seems to be dreaming, ask ourselves, where is the breath? Where is the mind? And bring the mind back to this breath. The breath is Dhamma. Is the object used by the Buddha himself. Is the conduit to the triple gem. Let the mind stay with the breath continuously, respectfully, with trust, with contentment, unconditional acceptance, letting go of everything else so that the mind can be ever mindful with the breath, deeper and deeper as we let go of the world. Let the mind fall in love with the breath, mindfully trusting clarity of the breath in front of the nostrils, above the upper lip, without following the breath into the body or out into space. Just stay with the breath and letting go of everything else. And that is how the mind arrives at samadhi, stillness with energy, ever mindful, clearly knowing. with a mind contented and peaceful. Let us shine the mind upwards and recall the image of the poinsettia with red leaves on the table without opening our eyes. Just a memory of the plant. Recall the bright red color, the gorgeous plant. Take the red color as our object. Recognize it as red. Red, red. Bright red. It is okay if the redness is imperfect. For the meditation object is like our teacher. We never criticize our teacher. Red, red. Let go of the shape of the leaves, perhaps the texture of the leaves. Just take the red color, red, red, and let the red color expand outwards as if the mind is submerging itself into a sea of redness. Let the red color expand in all directions, above, below, behind, in front, to our left, as if the red color is spreading like an ink in a pile of cotton outwards in all directions. Behind us, in front of us, red, red, pervading across the whole room, penetrating the walls, and spread outwards across the whole campus, redness, and beyond, spreading in 3 dimensions, especially behind of us. Let the red color spread across the whole universe. For the universe is infinite. Let the whole universe be filled with redness. And let the redness continue to expand in all directions. Gently bring the mind to the redness in front of us, immediately in front of our faces. Red, red. Enjoy the redness, for this is one of the 40 meditation objects taught by the Buddha. Red, red. Appreciate the bright red directly in front of us. Silently with the mind, we tell ourselves, red, red, as an anchor for the mind to keep coming back and be mindful of the redness in front of ourselves. Red, red, the part of the redness that covers the whole universe in front of ourselves. Red, red. Allow the mind to completely commit itself on the redness in front of us, letting go of everything else in the red, red, silently using the word red to anchor the mind on the redness in front of ourselves. Red. And let us stay quietly on the redness on our own for a while longer, for it is peace. When the mind feels tense, let go a bit more. When the mind feels lazy, ask ourselves, where's the mind? And bring it back to the red in front of it. Meditation is like cycling. The mind is always active, but at the same time, it is relaxed. Enjoy the journey while putting in effort, balancing itself continuously, acquiring the skill and the muscle memory such that the mind develops a habit of joy, letting go. mind is bored and agitated, let go. Just relax. Enjoy the freedom of doing nothing. And if the mind is bored with drowsiness and lazy, remind ourselves life is short and unpredictable. Bring the mind back to redness, for this is an important skill for all beings. Before we end the practice, let us gently loosen our mindfulness and broaden the scope to observe ourselves, the whole body. Feel the body and the mind again, and make a determination. May the merits you've accumulated in the last few minutes be a cause and condition for the realization of Nibbana, the end of all forms of suffering, gross and subtle. And may these merits be shared with all beings, and may they take equal shares of these merits. And at our own time, we may open our eyes. So the last time I did white Kasina and yellow Kasina and so on, a lot of people, they see a lot of people with a lot of color. So that's why today I changed it a bit. We do more red. So I'm not sure how's the effect. Can I ask the audience, how was your meditation just now?
Um, it was quite relaxing. Then at first, when I started visualizing red, I actually became a bit angry.
You saw red.
Then, as it slowly like set aside with it, then it became more and more peaceful.
Oh. So was there any difficulty like spreading it in three dimensions?
I think I'm still stuck. Even like making it very right in front of me is still very difficult. Even.
Then at the end, when I was quiet, were you able to stay with the red color continuously?
To right before, then I realized I had a bit of a daydream. Then
So at the end of it, the anger mind sort of goes away. Okay, good. Good. Is it the first time you're doing red casino? Bread? Have you done bread before?
yeah, I usually do anasa.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good.
Uh, I think the breath was quite helpful. It took me a while to stabilize it. At first, I was feeling it like, crushingly, like my entire chest was moving back and forth. Then it became more and more subtle and I felt more relaxed. I felt I was hyperventilating, actually. Then when we move on to the the red Kasina meditation, I had no idea what a poinsettia looked like. I had just closed my eyes while I came in, and then you said, maybe don't put so much attention on the texture of the leaves and whatnot. Then okay, now I managed to observe it passing through me, observe it expanding. It was just the color red now.
Mhm.
But then the color was shifting, but then I realized, okay, like, don't no judgment, right? Judgment. Sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's dark red, sometimes it's black. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Then I got distracted, then disappeared. Then I'm like, huh?
Yes. Yeah, no need to be purist or ugly, like bright red continuously. After a while, it becomes just brightness. Then you are able to stay with it in front. The red Kasina, then you just observe the part in front. You can,
At least for a while I was.
okay, very good. So to
Yeah, for me, I think I have a little bit better effort to visualize the rate color. I think the rate didn't come very easily into my mind's eye kind of thing. So I actually had to go and make both the effort to go and make rate appear as well as go and observe it. So
yeah.
that's one thing. Then I think when my mind drifted a bit, then I was thinking about other things that were red. So I think quite funnily, I remember about the Communist Party flag. That's
yes.
drifting part.
Yeah. Yeah, Kasina is not easy because to maintain that redness. That's why it's okay to be.
Similar to Sophie, I think halfway I kind of forgot how the flower look. I wanted to open my eyes, but then I was like, yeah. Then I thought of, because today I was taking blood, right? Then I suddenly remember like the blood in the tube. I was like, okay, remove the tube. There's a very small bit of red. I had to keep coming back because I think the red will keep disappearing. Then it will just be like nothing. Then I'll just, whenever you say red, then I need to remind myself red. Yeah, so it's very transient moments of red. Yeah. Then I think the expanding part, initially I couldn't really do it. Then afterwards, I was imagining myself like drowning in like red water. Then I was like, okay, wait, this is really weird. It could be scary. I was like, okay. Yeah, but yeah.
Actually, yeah, that worked for me also. Imagining it like the red dye expanding into water.
Yeah.
That was
That one you can.
Yeah, that's the part we talk about the red dye and the cotton wool spreading.
that was very cool.
That one works. In fact, I mean, not can't do red.
Green come to me and then no, supposed to do red. So the switch to red, like the red just then and other colors. Some there are a few colors that I can do, but red is not one.
What about you? How's your?
For me, initially it was a bit difficult to surmount the red color because like your eyes are closed, so you're not really seeing it. So I have to keep imagining. Then at first it started out as a very pale red, but then after a while I was like got more used to it. And I started imagining like red objects, like maybe a crab or blood or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So after that it was like kind of easy.
Oh, very good. So you can see the redness like spreading. I use universe, but who knows how universe looks like? But that was okay, right?
Yeah, same as the visualize like myself in like the sea of like the red color spreading.
Very you like.
Yeah, so the moment I thought
You're very red.
Yeah. Then were you able to be mindful of the redness in front?
See what it is.
It's like the whole universe of redness, right? But you're satisfied it is the whole universe, then you settle to the red in front.
Not really. Like keep jumping on different red objects.
Maybe.
I think I can see that.
Okay, so I'll just explain a little bit. The red Kasina is like is immeasurable, so everything red. But in order to go deep into samadhi concentration, we have to choose the part in front. Okay. And then that's when the mind continuously keep thinking, and then the mind and the redness will merge. By then, the redness is very bright. But why this part, this immeasurable first? Because we need to use it later when we're developing immaterial concentration, infinite space, consciousness, and so on. So so we still do it like that way. But Kasina is not easy. But some people just somehow can do it. White Kasina, yellow Kasina. So that's why we try it. Okay. Maybe I ask Pei Yun. Pei Yun, how was your practice on red color?
I
Hey, hold on, let me see. Oops, sorry. Okay, can hear you now.
okay. I think red Kasina is a bit easier for me compared to white and yellow because I think your red is very very powerful. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the beginning, I when I close my eyes, I imagine I saw the red leaves, but I also saw the surrounding of the room that is not red. So then I imagine myself being a tiny person inside the leaves, and then I'm surrounded by the red leaves, and it's easy to visualize that and see red all around me.
Yeah, that works. That's good. Yeah. Then you're able to go back to like after expanding, you can go to the red in front. Can you?
Yeah.
Good, good. So I think sometimes you can practice red Kasina for Pei Yun.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thanks for your participation and sharing your thoughts. Does anyone have any question on meditation? Either red Kasina or other meditation?
Or just taking notes. Just what you said just
Yeah. So the whole idea is habituation of the mind. If you practice regularly, the mind will be mindful easily. Like we say, calm down, you can really calm down. And we say, be mindful, you can be really mindful. If we don't practice regularly, next time when we need to be mindful, we just cannot be mindful. So we need to practice. And the object is just is arbitrary. You can use red, you can use white, you can use breath. The more important thing is how do you position the mind? When we say habituating the mind to mindfulness, is actually habituating the mind to be wholesome. When the mind is mindful, it is automatically wholesome. A wholesome mind is one that is contented, at peace, accepting, not resisting, trusting, not skeptical, balanced, and frank and honest. They all come together. This is a psychological law, according to Buddha. So mindfulness is easier because mindfulness, the mind just basically come and take ownership. That is mindfulness. Confronting without running away, without floating away, being guardian of the mind and the object. That's the classical definition of mindfulness. Okay? And so we practice mindfulness, but in fact, we're practicing faith, we are practicing contentment, we're practicing letting go, practicing acceptance, practicing honesty, practicing reverence. Same, come together as one set. Okay. If there are no further questions, we can end today's session.